Alright, so after you do a little spying on the soldiers down there, you have two options. You can jump off the cliff like Selphie did, or you can go right, which is what we're going to do, because it's safer and you don't get as many deductions off your... You don't get any deductions off your final score when Sid raised you at the end of this mission exam war thing that they throw you in. So either way, jumping off the cliff, going right, you're going to have to talk to Selphie. And she joins your party. And everything that Cypher had or has had gets unjunctioned from him, and you're going to want to junction all of that to Selphie. I just gave her GF drawing magic. And even if you don't like drawing throughout this game, you're going to want at least one character with the draw ability, because there's a summon that you can draw from the boss at the top of this tower. So when you come up to this door, we see Cypher chasing out some goons. Run inside when he's done with that, and immediately to your left you're going to find a drop point. And it has blind, which you're going to want for a later optional boss battle that we're going to do. You can save down here if you want to, but once you're done fighting or doing whatever you want down here, go up the elevator. Zell cracks a few jokes. Once you make it to the top, you fight a boss battle. Now this is part one of this boss battle. I guess these guys are mini bosses, Biggs and Wedge. Since I have 100 Tornadoes Junction to Squall, this battle is a hell of a lot easier, because Squall pretty much does like 500 damage to them. So after you do enough damage to Biggs here, Wedge is gonna come out of nowhere and assist him in battle. Now you can either kill Wedge or keep attacking Biggs, but if you kill Wedge, you're gonna still have to keep battling Biggs, so I just keep attacking Biggs because Wedge isn't that strong, he isn't a major problem, and once you get Biggs down to a certain amount of health, he doesn't die like Wedge does. Instead, the major Hornet, Paris Hilton, Jay Leno boss comes out, and that's the main boss of this battle. So I just have Shiva take care of him. And yeah, this battle is pretty easy. It being early in the game, there isn't much strategy to talk about with these boss battles. But later on there's going to be more different approaches to take boss battles in like Disc 3, stuff like that. So I'm going to try and do all the optional side quests and get all the summons as well, like Ida and Omega, or is it Ultimo, whatever, those kinds of summons. So this is the main boss. Hornet, Parasite, and Jay Leno kind of boss. Now have one of your party members, doesn't matter who, draw Siren. That is one of the optional summons in this game, and this is one of the only chances you have to draw it. The second chance being the final disc in the game at the last level, kind of a point of no return level. So draw that, you can get some useful abilities out of that summon. And when you attack something, I don't know if I went over this, you pull R1 right when you're about to hit the enemy, and it kind of shoots off your gun. And it does 50% more damage, so it's hard on this boss because you don't run as fast as you did with the soldiers, you don't run as far, is what I mean. So you hit them earlier, so you're gonna have to tap it quicker. So keep attacking him. If you don't have the 100 tornadoes like I do, use Ifrit and Shiva. It's not majorly weak to anything, but all of your summons still help. I think I kill this thing before Shiva is able to be summoned. Not sure. Siren is the only real major draw you want to get from this guy. You can draw 100 Asunas. It's recommended, it'll help you out a lot, but since they cure status alignments, and if you junction them to status defense, you have, I think, 50% defense against all status alignments, so there's a 50% chance you won't fall asleep or be poisoned, stuff like that. But I don't bother wasting time on that. So once this boss battle's over, Selphie's gonna finally run into Cypher and tell him that you only have like 30 minutes to get back to the beach or else we're leaving without you. And you're gonna want to junction Siren to someone so she can gain attribute points for different abilities. And the first ability you're gonna want to teach it after you get it is L Magic Refine, Life Magic, because we're gonna refine Tense later on into Kiraga spells, 100 of them actually, and that'll boost our health up to 2,000. 2,000 this early in the game. It's just crazy how they let you do that stuff this early on. So after you exit the tower, you're gonna get attacked by this giant spider thing with eyes from Knight Rider. And his elemental weakness is Thunder, so attack him with Quizzicato if you're not doing as much damage with melee as I am. He doesn't have any major attacks, he kind of just hits you with his feet or picks you up. So Squall's gonna take him out right here. Now, once he's down on the ground, like that, you have to run away. So just hold L2 and R2, like it says at the top of the screen. And there's a glitch here that you can keep fighting him after he gets back up to gain 50 attribute points for your GFs and teach them a bunch of abilities. But you get major deduction points for fighting him more than once, which is what we're not going to do. I'm only going to fight him once, and I'm going to show you how to dodge him each time. So this first time he gets back up, just run away, there's nothing in your way to block you. At the second screen, hold left on the D-pad so you don't run into any rocks or anything. Just walk down this hill so he doesn't jump and kind of stumble shake you so he runs up and attacks you. Now you can run at the top of those stairs, but I just walk for safety's sake. Now at this next screen, just run. He's not gonna stumble you or anything like he would have done in the previous screen. Now I fucked up right there, so I had to edit that out. Now in this screen, just run right until he jumps over you. Now keep running right over the ways until you see maybe his foot, then run left until he jumps over you again, then run right all the way into the next session, and that was probably the hardest part. Now, save the dog here. You don't have to, but for God's sake, save the dog. It doesn't help you anything, but it's just kind of a funny little thing to do. Now, that's pretty much it. You can still encounter him here, but I really like what they did in this game with the transitions from FMVs or playing to FMVs, like they did with that car scene and they're going to do with this next up-and-coming running scene. And that's it. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.